Last year I worked for Ring of Honor Wrestling, and I ran the women's division over there.
Nice.
So I really made a lot of connections with the women, and I want to be able to help in whatever way I can moving forward. So I'm really hoping to develop a show with Pro Wrestling Television, which I just partnered with them as one of their executive producers, and I'm hoping to be able to do another women's show. Mm-hmm.
So you're just moving up the thing. You're just making shit happen.
I'm trying to.
You're just reaching
I've had
down.
a whole lot of help from a lot of different women, great mentors, and men as well. Paul Heyman's one of my mentors. I talk to him about once a month about different things that I'm doing. Yeah, so I've had so many great mentors along the way, and Impact is really supportive of me. They're supporting anything I'm doing moving forward. So we'll see what happens. Tony Khan says that he wants to have a conversation about the Ring of Honor Women's Division. So he said that last night after the Ring of Honor Supercard show. So I'm really hoping that, whatever happens in that conversation, I'm excited to see where the women's division goes in Ring of Honor and every company that I work with.
Give me one great piece of coaching that Paul Heyman gave you that you carry with you.
So he said that it's not about the matches, it's about the moments. So it really doesn't matter what you do throughout the match. Of course, you want it to be good. You want it to be solid and positive. But if you can find one moment that the fans can attach to, they'll attach to that for the rest of their lives. And so for me, whenever... I
just got goosebumps when you said that.
So for me, whenever I'm putting a show together, I look for those moments to connect with the crowd, to give them a memory, and to also give the wrestlers themselves a memory, something they can emotionally attach to so they can use that moving forward in the storyline. And that, to me, has been kind of the cornerstone of the way that I book things.
Do you feel like now is probably the best time ever for professional wrestling?
Yes and no. I think it's great right now. I'm fearful of what it'll look like in about 5 years. And I'll tell you why. Because there's so many tremendous wrestlers out there and available that are from AEW or from Ring of Honor or from Impact that are able to do the independent shows. Those wrestlers, even though we appreciate that they're on the independents and all this stuff, they're taking a spot away from a young guy that might be able to go to that indie show and make a new fan. And so it's great right now, but we'll see what it looks like in another 5 years.
As far as I understand, isn't that always kind of part of it, though? Like helping the younger guys get over?
It's more than ever, though, right now. So there aren't as many spots now on these shows because a lot of these guys are able to go and do other things, which I think is perfect. I think it should be that way. It's just a lot harder.
Well, then Tony and Vince and whoever has to pay a guy like Moxley more, so he doesn't go do as many independent shows.
Hey, I'm all about everybody getting paid. Everybody getting paid. And I also think there's something to be said about keeping the connection with those hardcore fans that only go to independent wrestling shows.
Right.
So it's just finding that balance. And right now, because there's so many guys that are able to go out and do these independent shows, it's still finding that balance. And I think it's important both ways. And maybe there just needs to be more independent shows. I don't know.
All right, I will leave you with this. My favorite question to ask folks who live in this wacky, you've traveled many a mile.
Okay.
What is your go-to order at the Waffle House?
At the Waffle House, I don't go to the Waffle House.
Ever?
Not in many, many moons. I'm sorry.
What is your late night, craving?
Cheesecake Factory. So, red velvet cheesecake, yes, please.
I think this is when the kids say, she fancy.